let me try that again with my microphone on. Yes, we are.
Excellent. Coming to you live from Los Angeles, a duo that of a married couple that are amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, Landry.
Yes. You can hear it. I'll send them a note then. Thank you.
You can hear their scream.
We because we're a couple who is old. Boom. We're Landry and Summers. Yay! City Improv. I loved your last set. Yay, Brian. You look chef-like. I'm watching you. Excellent work, sir.
Very voyeuristic.
Very, very. We are very, very happy to be here. And, oh, by the way, everybody who's been performing this evening, I would like to finally introduce to you somebody that a lot of teachers over the years have been talking about. But he's with us right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you Improv God. Oh, Improv God.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Improv God. As always, Improv God sounds young. Improv God's probably wearing a plaid t-shirt with Canez. How are you, Improv God?
Your insight is uncanny. I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, what have you been up to?
Oh, you know, now that you mention it, I had a really weird show the other day in Georgia. I was doing a comedy sports show with a couple of other improv gods, and at the end we asked the audience to vote on who won, and it seemed like nobody knew how.
Well, wow, what a wow.
What a world, what a world.
What a world, wow.
What a world.
Thank you, Improv. Well, you know, it's hard. You know, I'm quite sure they had to count the votes like 3 or 4 times too. Yeah. Yeah.
It was
wow.
tough.
Intense. Hey, Improv God. By the way, if anybody does want to go and put up something really fast onto InterCity's Facebook Live, that would be fantastic. But we have a bunch of suggestions already on my Facebook wall, on Shaun Landry. If you know me and you would like to be my friend on Facebook, please be my friend on Facebook. I will not hurt you.
Much.
But on our wall, I asked for something you never think a couple would like in a relationship. And I got about 30 of them. One from Miss Marsha Warfield, hashtag Black and Funny. Today's that day. But there's a ton of them on the wall. Improv God, can you give me one of them and give me their name? So as always, just like the seniors improv comedy, we can make fun of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm seeing one that's getting my gears turning from Deborah Sale Butler. Again, popular
Deborah
this
Sale
week.
Butler is lovely. She's an improviser here in Los Angeles. Yes, what does Deborah have to say for herself? She also worked for Henson for a moment. Yes, what does Deborah have to say?
Hobbit feet.
Hobbit feet.
Feet like a hobbit.
Feet like a hobbit, which would basically mean hairy feet. Yeah.
Smell like a cow, feet like a hobbit.
And here's the thing, we're old. We just used to call them bump. You got some damn hairy feet. I think it's kind of nice. It'll keep me warm in the winter. Shave a little off and maybe make myself a really nice cap of your hobbit hair. Why don't you do some magic with your feet? It can be a lot of fun, so magical and discreet. They're really nasty though, with your curved toes and your hobbit feet. Man, you got
Badu,
some
badu, badu.
sweaty hobbit feet, y'all. Man, you got
Badu,
some
badu, badu.
sweaty hobbit feet. You got some
Badu, badu, badu.
sweaty hobbit feet.
Mom,
Yes, sweetheart. Yes, sweetheart.
they sent me home from school.
Oh, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Why would they do that? Oh, who's my Pookie Snooky?
I'm your Pookie Snooky.
Hey, who's my Pookie Snooky?
I'm your Pookie Snooky.
Why did Pookie Snooky get sent home?
That's because the guy said that I looked funny and all the kids were making fun of me.
Oh, what do you mean you look funny? There's nothing wrong with you. You're a perfectly normal little hobbit.
I thought I was a perfect American kid.
You're an American kid hobbit.
Yeah.
Would you like to hear a story about your father who left to go off into the forest?
You said he went off to the war.
Well, it was the War of the Forest.
Okay.
You see, you remember that cartoon book that I read you once upon a time?
The one the one that didn't have any pictures. It had a lot of words.
It had a lot of words.
Yeah.
And it was
You
all...
said it was a cartoon book, but it didn't seem like a cartoon book without cartoons.
Well, this is how you make them into cartoons.
Okay.
Poof, there's your cartoons.
Oh, yeah.
Now, why do you think Mommy could do that?
Because Mommy is creative.
And magical.
Magical.
Right. And so are you.
I am?
Yes, you are.
Oof, nothing happened.
Well, you have not channeled.
Oh, I see.
You haven't channeled.
I haven't channeled my poof yet.
No, you have not channeled your poof yet.
Okay.
All right. Let me just tell you the story.
Okay.
Once upon a time.
And they always start that way.
I can start it differently if you like.
Okay. How about for a change of pace?
Okay. In the year 2929, no, that's wrong. Okay. There was a time in a land in space where there was a young boy who was born to a hobbit and a half hobbit woman. And they
That sounds like interracial relationships.
Yes, and they're lovely.
Okay.
One day, the townspeople didn't like their interracial relationship and they were kicked out of the woods.
That's not nice.
No, they were very, very mean people.
Yeah.
So they went under the tunnel where the magical bubble that held the lead that nobody could see, just like that Wonder Woman movie. It just goes straight under
Yeah.
and landed in a magical land called Los Angeles.
So they went through a subway.
It was like a subway, but magical and cleaner.
A magical subway. That's cool.
Yes. And
No
they-
graffiti on the trains, no nothing.
and then they finally got to where they needed to go.
Yeah.
And they blended in with all the normal human beings.
Okay.
And their young boy needed to go to school.
Yeah.
And we shaved off all of his initial body hair,
Yeah.
took a mind meld to make him forget that he had all that body hair.
Yeah.
And then we sent him off to school. And his name was your name,
He had the same name as me.
which would mean that would be you. You see, it's all
I didn't
analogy
realize-
meant for
I didn't realize
assimilates.
this
So
was
basically,
autobiographical.
yes, it's a biopic story. That's why that book is
I
magical.
thought maybe you would tell me a story because you started out originally Once Upon a Time. And usually Once Upon a Time has got like fairies in there and princesses and evil people with apples.
That would be your updated biopic if we ever took a vacation once COVID goes over.
Okay.
All right. You're going to go and see where you came from. And soon you'll be able to move that book. I want you to think really hard and say, I want to move that book just with your mind.
I want to move that book.
You have to say that in your mind.
Oh. Nothing.
Wow, you really get my mom's side of the family, don't you?
Poof.
Bow, bow, doo, da, doo, da. Oh. I'm interested in. All right. Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Excuse me, I would like another refreshing beverage. Well, thank you. This place is kind of hopping, don't you think?
Oh yeah, it is. This joint is jumping.
Yeah, there's lots of women here.
Yeah.
I'm single.
Good for you.
That means I'm not married.
That is exactly what that means.
I come here every Friday night.
It seems like you've been living here too for a while under the bar, but that's neither here nor there. Why don't you have a seat, sir?
Go sit. Oh, okay, if you're gonna get feisty.
Why would you think I would get feisty?
You're asking me to sit down, and that means you're gonna make a pass at me.
No.
I know how you loose women are.
Wow, what the fuck? Okay, so what's a good term? What's a good term to say to someone like you? You're gross. You're gross.
In what way?
Well, I can just tell by, I don't know, your stance.
I'm sitting.
While you were standing, while you were
Okay.
sitting. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Who
Yeah.
wears flip-flops at a dance club?
Well, I like to have my feet breathe.
They're breathing, all
Yeah.
right. They're breathing the entire air in this space. I can smell your feet from here, bro.
Yeah, people told me my feet would smell.
Then why would you have your feet open?
Well, I bought that my carpe.
Wait, my carpe is for underarms.
Oh, well, I rolled it on my feet. I figured that would work.
So that's why I smell tea tree and funk. Who wears who and what's up the top knot? Top knot, hairy, nasty, stinky feet. Now I'm going to sit next to you. This is not a pass. This is me wanting to sit to explain to you how gross you are. Okay.
Sounds like a pass to me.
No, this is somebody who cares about
Okay,
maybe hoping to make a drunk person a better person.
that's a nice thought.
I thought so.
Ugh.
This is the reason why you're single. You see,
I think I'm single because I'm discriminating.
I think you're single because you're disgusting.
Well,
Hence the reason why I'm probably single. I'm probably single because I'm too honest to people directly. I mean, the last person who came up to me, you should have heard what I said to them.
what'd you say?
Right. Hey, you little piece of shit. Get the fuck away from me.
Nice meeting you.
See, I could tell a million miles away.
That was pretty rude of you.
Well, the thing was, he came way too close to me. He had no idea about space. But then, of course, he wouldn't have no idea that he knew about space because I didn't say it in the first place. But then again, he should have given up on me in the first place because what the fuck's his problem? That's the thing. The thing is, I'm too blunt honest. You know, I can tell. You see that guy right there
Yeah,
in the hat?
that's a nice hat.
Yeah, that he just screams fascist.
Well, there is that little symbol on there.
Yeah. You know,
But it's a good look for him.
He's the kind of guy who would come over here, want to go and take me home down and go, okay, maybe he's not too bad, but the hat's a real symbol. And then next thing you know, he's dating me to go and make a point to his family. See, I'm not racist. See, I'm dating her. It's written all over his hat.
Did he try to pick you up?
No, but he better not. Because I can read that hat a mile away.
You can read him like a book.
Just like a book. See, and that's why I'm sitting and talking to you, because I can read you just like a book.
What chapter are we on?
We are on chapter 2 of You're Not a Bad Person When You're Sober, but You're Barely Ever Sober.
Yeah.
So you're like this, which is almost plausible and bearable.
Oh,
You're a questioning kind of guy.
well, I do like to look at the world through rose-colored glasses.
Well, when your eyes are bloodshot, that is what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, everything looks better that way, you know.
Mm,
Look at what's going on in the world.
it's pretty bad.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that.
yeah.
If we could only work on those nasty ass feet, I think you'd be okay.
Well, I also figure I wear the open shoes because the hair, it brushes and it makes a whooshy, whooshy, whooshy sound when I wear shoes and socks.
Why don't you just shave them? Problem solved.
I never thought of that.
Problem. See, that's the thing. No one ever thinks of the simplest. What, you're going to throw somebody out of bed because they got hairy feet? Just ask them to shave it. Just have them near their feet. Just have them go and wax their feet. Take the hair off their feet. Why is life so difficult? People make life so difficult.
Okay, so that would get rid of the hair there?
Yeah. Problem solved.
How can I get rid of the toenails on my back?
Holy shit, it's like a prehensile tail.
Yeah.
Bump. Ba-do-da-do-da-dum.
Oh, no, I'm not coming out any further. You might have the COVIDs.
Who are you talking to?
Well, that lady over there said she wanted to come out and talk to me. She had mail for me. Oh, sure, they just try to trick you to come out there so they can breathe on
you
you.
want me to come over from my house? That is our mail person.
How do you know they don't have the COVIDs?
Because I'm almost positive she doesn't have the COVIDs. And stop calling it the COVIDs like it's the interwebs. I'm coming over there. You want something to drink?
No, I'm good.
Waters.
No, I'm good. I just got tired of watching TV, so I thought I'd come out here and watch the neighbors.
It's not a neighbor. You're yelling. You're yelling. What you're doing is you're yelling at our mail person. Hey, Joanne. Hey, Josie. How you doing? Yeah. I know you don't have COVID-19. I know. You got your shot? Yeah, so we did too. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm going to get an Amazon package. Can you make sure to just talk to the guy, when you see the Amazon delivery thing? I wish it was you. I know. All right, cool. Well, we'll talk. I'll send you an email. Stop yelling at people. You're scaring them half to death.
Well, they do weird things in front of my house.
What do you mean weird things in front of the house?
Oh, they stand there and they stare.
Who are you talking about?
Well, people that come by.
Which people who come by?
All the people that come by.
They
You don't stand in front of the house and stare at me.
No, because I'm in the house, but everybody around here doesn't stare at you. What? Maybe they're staring at you because most of the time you'll come out with your robe half open and no slippers on.
Well, yeah.
You're like half naked when you stand outside. It's lucky that you got on clothes now.
Yeah, I like swinging free.
You can't swing free in an urban, suburban area.
It's my property.
Yeah, but everybody else lives around you. And then
if I want to be au naturel, I should be able to do that on my own property.
Then why don't you get a big old fence, baby doll? Like a big fence where you can hang free and lay in the grass as all natural as you want.
Well, then I couldn't see the people.
But then you complain that they stare at you.
I know, but if I had a fence, I couldn't tell if they're staring. And I would just be intimating. Maybe they're staring.
Do you see the conundrum in your circular thinking? Do you see the conundrum? You want everything, but you want nothing.
You're making fun of me.
I'm not
Rita used to do that all the time.
Rita told me before she died,
yeah.
God rest her soul, to continue to make fun of you and to call you out on your crap.
Rita used to do that all the time.
Because she loved you.
Well, that was her excuse.
I got a question.
What's that?
And I was there for it.
Yeah.
When she was here, did you ever go outside half naked with no shoes on?
Well, no, she'd always complain. She said, put some boxers on at least if you're going to go out in your robe.
See? And I'm now carrying on the legacy. Put some damn boxers on. I mean, you're wearing boxers because you saw me coming out of the house. I know good and well you came out of the house and you put on boxers because you knew I would appreciate you having some semblance of clothes on.
I knew you were going to say something Rita-esque.
Well, and are you happy?
Well,
that's why you asked me to come over all the time, don't you?
Well, ever since Rita passed.
I got rest his soul.
Yeah,
ever since Marvin's gone.
Oh,
Marvin always kept his clothes on.
Well, if I was Marvin, I would too.
You leave my man alone.
He had the strangest looking body I ever saw in my life.
You leave my.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that's bad. Maybe that appealed to you.
What are you saying?
I'm saying maybe that appealed to you. But he had the strangest looking body I ever saw in my life.
Well,
he had a little pea head. His head was like a little tiny ski
You
head.
need to leave my man
You know,
alone.
way some
No, you need to
sometimes you
stop
see
this.
people
You're
that don't
making
look
me not
right.
like you. You making me not like you.
Their heads are too
You're
small for their
making me
bodies.
not like you.
Well, I'm not saying it's bad,
Well, what are you saying then?
but he had a little pea head and a thick neck.
So what?
Looked like a bullet.
Well, so what? You know, you're not the, you know, you got little tiny ears. No one's made fun of your little tiny jug ears. Like, leave people alone.
My ears are appropriate size.
They're appropriate size for a 2-year-old. You need to leave. You need to leave my dead husband alone.
He had a big belly too.
You have
A
little,
weird belly too.
you have little tiny
never
ears
seen a
that
man-
don't
I
fit
never
your
saw-
head.
I never saw a man who looked like he was pregnant, except for him.
You look like Benny Hill.
Is that bad?
I haven't decided yet. You look like a thin George Lucas.
Star Wars.
Okay. So read
I just wanted to stay in the conversation.
that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here.
Okay.
Hey, listen.
You said George Lucas.
I'm just saying. Hey, listen.
You said George Lucas.
I'm just saying.
I could have said Disney, but that would be like, no, now.
Yeah, no.
I'm more a traditionalist.
Yeah, who isn't?
Lucas. Star Wars.
Star Wars, Lucas, right.
Spielberg. Jaws.
Sure. Yeah, okay, that's good. You back?
Okay, I'm back.
All right. You need to put on some clothes.
Well, I mean, these are my best boxers.
They are nice. The hearts are pretty.
Yeah. Rita bought these.
Yeah, they cover everything,
Yeah.
man. That's always a good
She
thing.
bought these for Valentine's Day. It was 1978.
1978.
Yep.
Those boxers are older than most kids I know.
I like to think of as my vintage boxers.
Yeah, they are vintage.
Yeah.
Soon we'll be singing "Staying Alive."
Yeah.
Uh,
Bee Gees.
yes.
Just want to stay in the conversation.
Yeah, in the conversation, we're all here. We're all here.
Yeah.
And so I'm following up with Rita what she asked me. First off, you got to stop making fun of my husband because she told me to tell you that.
Well, you got to admit he looked funny.
I loved him. I loved him.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying he looked funny. You just got to admit that. It's like some people that look, you ever see little kids that got old people faces?
Wow, you're really going in the wrong direction.
I am just saying you just have to admit it. It's not good or bad. You just have to go, yep, old person's face.
Rita told me to tell you to be nicer to people and stop judging them by their physical appearance. So I'm just repeating what she said before she passed away.
Yeah, I know. She used to always tell me that too.
You've got to be nicer. People would take you more seriously. They wouldn't stand and say, look at the crazy old man just screaming Spielberg whenever somebody talks about Color Purple.
Spielberg!
See, that's what I'm talking about. You need to stop doing that.
Color Purple, that was Spielberg.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. I do that to make sure my mind's still working.
It is.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
Because some people, when they get old, they forget everything.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
I just want to verify that I still have the information there.
Can you hear? Hey, you.
I hear you.
Good. Would you like to go on a date?
You and me?
No. The male person you don't think is a male person staring.
No, I think she's got the COVID. I wouldn't go out
He
with
does
her.
not have COVID-19. Listen, I would like to go on a date with you. I'd like to make you some dinner. I would like to go and have you put on clothes and stop scaring the neighborhood.
Ooh.
I would like you to put on some shoes.
Shoes?
Actual shoes.
Oh. But my moccasins are so much comfortable.
Moccasins will even work too, but
Okay.
make sure you don't come out without them.
All right.
I like you.
Yeah.
You're a crazy old man.
You're okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to hear something really quick. You remind me of a character that should be on Pulp Fiction.
Oh. Pulp Fiction. Oh, oh, my mind's not working now.
Tarantino.
Tarantino.
Put some shoes on.
Badu badu
Don't be that crazy person.
Badu badu badu.
Don't be that crazy person standing on the street.
Badu badu
Well,
badu.
I got Mississippi toes
Badu badu badu.
with Mississippi hairline between your third and fourth.
Badu badu
Between your
badu.
third and fourth toe.
Badu badu badu.
And who cares? You can shave it off. Do not throw a good man out
Badu badu.
because of his, or good woman out because of hairy feet. Just have them shave it off or just leave it on too. God damn it, there's so much things to worry about then besides your hairy feet. There's so much to worry about besides your hairy feet. It's just to make you who you are from your head straight down to your hairy feet. We're Landry and Summers. I'm Shaun Landry.
On Summers.
We are so happy to be here. And thank you, InterCity Improv. Thank you, Faustino. Thank you, Nick Condon. Thank you, Improv God, for doing this. Our very special case of having our show look like our show. And it's lovely. And thank you. Thank you for indulging us. If you want to come and see us do sets every week, we are at the Seniors Improv Comedy. And we do that every Friday nights at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
With special guests.
With special guests. Actually, our next special guest is Sam Shaw, who's co-founded the San Francisco Improv Festival with me. He will be playing with us. Kim Howard Johnson, who wrote Truth and Comedy, will be performing with us also. We have a massive lineup, actually, a group of senior citizens who are part of InterCity Festival and also part of Vintage Improv will be performing with us too. We are on the Pack Theaters Twitch site. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook. We are on IG and on my personal TikTok because we stream everywhere.
Until we can get back on a real stage.
Exactly. And with all that said, I also do a show, the 90s sitcom with Improv Theater here in Los Angeles. That's happening next Friday at 8 o'clock. And what else is going on, Hans?
I would say if people want to donate.
If people want to donate, please donate to InterCity. We generally will ask for donations on our Facebook event accounts to the NAACP
Defense Fund,
Legal Defense Fund, or places like Georgia. So a law where you can't get water can be overruled. I love you all, every single one of you who are watching this. I'm Shaun Landry.
On Summers.
Peace, love.
Thank you, Landry and Summers. That was amazing as always. And you know, I took a workshop this afternoon from Shaun, and it was incredible. So if you also want to support them ever, and you see they're doing workshops, sign up because it was amazing.